PRC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Extreme video for the last day of March, March 31st, 2007. Let's peek out the window, and it's the old wedge. Oh, boy, still bothering us today. Here's a look at Mount Cheahaw, and as of about 1:30, it's 49 degrees up there in the wedge. How about that? Boy, these things can really be slow and eroding away. But now on the other side of the state, there's a look at the Hamilton Skycam. They're at 65 at midday, and they're headed for 70 this afternoon. So, as usual, a huge gradient from west to east on the wedge. Tuscaloosa, they're sitting in the low 60s. The sky there mostly cloudy. On the water vapor satellite imagery, this shows those big storms developing in advance of our new storm system from northeast Oklahoma northeastward. And there's the wedge. See that cold air coming right down the east side of the mountains. You've got 40s down into North Carolina, 50s down into Alabama. But look at Jackson, Mississippi. They're at 74 at 1 o'clock. And you got 80s back in western Texas. So slowly but surely we'll get that wedge broken down, but it's just going to take a little more time, seemingly. All right, severe weather problems for Oklahoma and parts of northwestern Arkansas, southwestern Missouri. That's a tornado watch until 4 o'clock. And look at all the warnings out there. The green counties, those are flash flood warnings and river flood warnings. In the blue, those are severe thunderstorm warnings. So a whopper of a rain event once again out there in the area that has seen so much this year and last year as well. The convective outlook for the rest of the day, we got a moderate risk of severe weather from roughly Dallas-Fort Worth to Springfield, Missouri. That includes McAllister, Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Fort Smith, and Fayetteville, Arkansas, and Springfield, and surrounding that a slight risk all the way from Del Rio, Texas to Chicago. And things will be shaking and baking out there. Now, tomorrow, there is no formal severe weather risk here, which makes sense. The upper air dynamics are weakening and lifting way north of here. The guys are maintaining a slight risk from the coastal plain of Texas up through parts of Louisiana and southern Mississippi underneath the subtropical jet stream. But we don't expect any major severe weather problem tomorrow. Then Wednesday, got a slight risk with our new system out west over West Texas and West Oklahoma. And day 4 Thursday, a severe weather risk once again from around Dallas-Fort Worth up to St. Louis and Paducah, Kentucky. And again, day 5 would be Friday. We might see some strong storms. We'll take a look at modeling in just a second. First off, the QPF map, and what a whopper of a rain event. 7.2 inches around Springfield, Missouri. Very heavy rain for Tulsa, over to parts of southern Illinois and Indiana. And this, by the way, is valid through Saturday morning at 7 o'clock, and this is suggesting rain here around 1 inch. With the rain we get over the next 5 days. Well, let's take a look at this. This is the 12Z GFS, valid at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at 500 millibars. You can see the trough lifting way north of here. And the surface map shows the surface low over eastern Canada with the trailing front down into the deep south. We'll highlight a good chance of showers and storms tomorrow. Severe weather not particularly likely, but hey, this is the 1st of April. You can always catch a strong storm this time of the year. Wednesday, the front just stops and dissipates and fizzles out, and that's suggesting there might be a lingering shower Wednesday. We probably better think about that in the forecast. Thursday, that front lifts north as a warm front, and it's a tough call there. We've got the warm front to the north. You'd think we'd be in the warm sector, and if we are, we'd be close to 80. But, hey, look what's off to the east. Yeah, cold air damming again, the wedge. We think this one will not directly impact most of Alabama, but you got to watch that. It might be 80 in Tuscaloosa and 60 in Heflin that day. But it looks like the worst of that wedge will be off to the east. And there's the new surface low developing over West Texas. Friday, really 2 impulses coming out. One is south of Indianapolis. The next one is back over New Mexico. The surface low with that lead impulse is near Pittsburgh with a trailing front. And yes, we'll highlight a good chance of showers and maybe a strong storm Friday. But the second Vortmax kind of develops a wave on that front and keeps the rain going into at least Saturday morning if this is correct. So we'll highlight a good chance of rain and storms Friday, maybe lingering into Saturday. And then Sunday we dry out completely, and Monday of next week looks bone dry as well. Couple of quick peeks out there into voodoo country. How about the 9th of April? Look at the trough coming through here. That looks pretty wet if that's correct. And whoa, Nelly, April 15th, tax day. A whopper of a vortex over the eastern U.S., and by golly, if that's right, we might see another freeze. That's the reason we always say, look out for those late-season freezes, and we've seen them here as late as April the 23rd. Now, this feature might go away on future runs. This is pure voodoo out here, but is something like that possible? You bet, and we'll sit back and watch it carefully. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and God bless.
Weather.